Father Dunnan, too. I think it was excellent for us and very suitable for what we're talking about. I do want to take a few moments as we talk about the diplomas and the guys graduating here to thank the groups that these guys are from, because I really do believe that your progress in school came because you made progress socially in the group. You got so much help from your peers and so much help from your staff that you were able to take a look at yourselves and grow and then have the right priorities to move on with school, start improving things with your family. I think that made a big difference. Also, I think it's clear with the amount of effort that the families put in to coming to see you. Each of your families traveled a very long way to be here, and there's a large number of people that came to see you. It's obvious that there's tremendous support from your families and that they're really behind you and your future success that we all expect from you. So we're very appreciative of that as a school, having all of you come out here, and I know you guys are appreciative. And each of the guys who's graduating today put an extraordinary amount of effort into getting ready to graduate. It wasn't an easy road for any of them. Some of them were working until 5:30 last night on graduating. Not all of them, just one of them. But they've all gotten to this point of being successful, and that is something that I expect that everybody in this lodge, all the students in this lodge, are capable of reaching a point where you're successful. Maybe it's going to be a high school diploma, maybe it's going to be a GED, maybe it's going to be something farther than that. But I believe that everybody here is capable of attaining what these guys have attained, and then some. If you make use of what you have with you, you have your group, you have your families, you have people who support you, you have people who support you here and outside of here, you know who the right people are and who's really going to help you. And everybody here has a chance to be successful the way these guys have been successful. You guys are successful because of the hard work that you put in. And I know your teachers are very proud of you. Your teachers put a lot of time into it. And that's pretty much what I have to say. I do want to, since there are more people graduating now than we usually have, I'll say how we do it. First, I think we'll go ahead and diplomas and do all of that first. And then we'll have you guys come up one by one because you have prepared remarks. So, depending where everybody is, I want to make sure we're standing in the right place in case anybody might want to take pictures. Brian. This is Aaron's. And these guys have prepared remarks, and so we have an order, and Brian's going to go first. Brian.
Before I start my speech, I'd just like to thank you, Trevor. You've been a real good friend to me. I appreciate you playing the piano. And I'd like to thank you for speaking, Father Dunnan. I thought you were a phenomenal speaker. And the two graduates, Aaron and Joanne, you guys are in different groups. I haven't had much chance to talk to you, but the past yesterday and today talking with you, I'm just real proud of you guys, where you come from, and talking with you has been real nice. Okay. My speech. A task that is required of every new student in English is to write an autobiography. I would like to share the last paragraph of my autobiography. My stay at the school seems to be the start of a long and challenging journey. Sometimes I wish there was a shortcut. I have discovered, 22 months later, that there is not a shortcut. Common themes in my life before arriving at Discovery School were stealing, lying, and cheating. I was resentful, self-seeking, fearful, and dishonest. A man at the school summed up how I used to lie. If I was moving my mouth, I was lying. The difficulty in conveying everything that the school has done for me is far too challenging and would take too much time. I will touch on main points that I've I'll touch on main points that I've learned at the school that have helped me tremendously. A phrase that I've learned is, "I'm the problem." I found that the person always standing in the way of me being a good kid was myself. Family problems did not influence me to be the way I was. It was not the bad kids I was hanging around that corrupted me. It was not a childhood experience that made me act badly. It was me and all the baggage of dishonesty and fury that I carried. Part of the Discovery School crest is discovering yourself in others. I kept a large distance from everyone in my life. I found that having friends to rely on is imperative in order for me to be successful. If I'm thinking about other people, then I'm keeping my mind off of a depressive subject, my problems and myself. I learned that in Recovery Dynamics. Every time I would go up to receive food from the serving window here in the lodge, I would read the plaque that recognizes Richard Warren, a founder of New Dominion. The plaque includes a saying of his, "True happiness comes from helping others." I did not actually notice the plaque until I was here for several months. Awareness is also one of my problems. I'm so glad that I have found out how accurate Richard Warren was. The most memorable moments here are when I help my group members and saw them succeed. My educational improvement has been amazing at the school. School has been a trying journey from the first day I entered a classroom. School at Discovery has proved to be the most conducive learning environment I have experienced. The teachers are excellent. They display unselfishness, willingness to extend help, and genuine congenial personalities. Family has become incredibly important to me. I had little to no appreciation for how much care my family members showed for me, especially my mother and father. They put up with much undeserved behavior that I do not think any ordinary parents could have dealt with. Positive inspiration from my family situation before arriving to Discovery is the fact that my family continued to love me. Love is more of an action for me than a feeling. I believe that my family continued to love me. I believe that my family has proved that to me and that I am starting to prove that to them. I truly do love my mother, father, 5 sisters, extended family, and my dog. I'm convinced that without my group, I would not be graduating today. Dakota was always here for me no matter what. The trust that I built with them and them with me is everlasting. My plans for the future are to attend Marywood University in Scranton, Pennsylvania for the fall semester. I'm thinking strongly about a career in nursing. I have found a strong connection with Alcoholics Anonymous through attending the AA groups in Buckingham and the AA meetings in New Jersey. It is my full intention to continue that connection by becoming involved in my AA community immediately upon graduating. I know that I am graduating high school, and what accomplishment that is. However, I am not graduating from the principles and way of life that I learned at Discovery. Thank you.
aspects of my life. I have learned many things about myself and the people that I live with. One lesson that I have learned a lot about concerns my family. My mom and dad put much effort into finding this school. This has shown me how much they care about me and my future. I am fortunate to have them make the difficult decisions for me. I know that sending me here was not easy for them. Going home on visits has given me the opportunity to improve my relationships with my family and earn some trust that I had lost with them. I am happy that we are doing much better than we were a few years ago. Second, I have learned a lot from living in a group. Being in a group has shown me how to accept change. When I came into the school, the students who were already here pushed me the most. They called group meetings on me and encouraged me to be a better person. When those group members left, I felt discomfort. I could no longer depend on them to push me to grow. Consequently, I had to learn how to be more independent. I had to depend on myself to grow and to be a better person. Before I came to the Discovery School, I did not care about school. Earning a diploma was not important to me. When I came to the Discovery School, Mr. Malusi and my teachers helped me learn why having an education is important. Education helps people develop the skills needed for a good job, for developing the skills needed for reasoning. My having an education was important to my parents. I decided I wanted to do better in school. To do well in school, I have learned to take a thorough interest in what I am studying. It is also important to set goals. Setting up goals has helped me to see my progress and what I am trying to accomplish. In conclusion, remember to try to make family and friends important, but do not lose your individuality. Set up positive goals that you can accomplish. I appreciate what the school has done for me, for my family, and me. I want to thank all my teachers and principal, all my staff, all my supervisors, my group members, my family worker, and my family. Thank you and best wishes.
I just want to start with thanking everybody for coming today. Brian and Aaron, I just want to congratulate you guys for finding a really sweet today. I'm nervous. I wrote a poem yesterday while I was rushing to get finished work. The one who was working until 5:30, that was me. But I wrote a poem about my experience here, and I just like to read that to you guys. It's called My Experience at Discovery. You start off wondering why you're here in the woods amongst the deer. In the middle, you can rest. After some struggles, you earn your crest. When the crest no longer gleams upon your shirt, it seems that you're ready for another growth spurt. It's at this point that you really make friends, and they'll stick by you and go for any ends. The staff and students here really care, so hopefully you'll see what sort of person you're going to grow up to be. I think in your speech, Father Dunn, you talked about people being takers and people being givers, and I've always looked at it as a little bit more complicated than that because I think we're both. And I think before I came to this school, I was pretty much a taker I could be a caring person, but it didn't always show. I think I put my parents through a lot. That's why they sent me here. And I needed it. And I think everybody that comes here needs it a lot. But I would like to thank you, Mom, because you really pushed for me to grow up. And I think you're a lot. And Dad, I wanted to thank you because you've been there for me. Whatever I needed you to talk to, laugh with, complain to, whenever I need anything, you can ask. And I asked my stepdad to come to this graduation, and I needed him mostly because I was mad at him for the first 2 years I got to know him. But he really helped me to grow up here, just helped me be able to forgive someone. And I think that's really important in any relationship. If you get mad at somebody, being able to work it out and forgive somebody else. I think the staff here are amazing people. And I don't think I really figured that out until I was here a year and a half, or a year. Right up until the end, I don't think I figured that out. I think the staff here are incredible. And I think the students here are incredible. And I don't think many people who make it their job to dedicate themselves to caring and really helping students. I mean, when students come here, I think that they're pretty ungrateful that they're here. I don't think that they realize that the staff and the teachers and that anybody who works here cares about helping somebody else. I don't think people outside here, I don't think you run into that very often. And I'm grateful for the relationships that I have in my life as things in school. And I'm grateful for my group to Comstock. I just want to thank you guys, and I want to end that relationships are so important. I want to thank the school. Thank you.
That concludes our graduation ceremony for today. There are a few other things. Mr. Browning in a moment is going to announce the way refreshments are going to be served. It's going to start with the graduates and their families going through. It's getting about the time. Some of them are going to be in a hurry from here. Mr. Browning will do that, and then I'm going to, but before that, I'm going to surprise Father Dunnan and ask him for a quick benediction, if you're sorry.
Let's all stand. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks again for this good occasion, this time to be together, for this good day, and for the days to come. May we never take our lives for granted, and may we appreciate that we are ourselves your gifts to the world. And may we be those gifts to your honor and your glory. Amen.
If everyone can see Mr. Browning, maybe if it's...
As Ms. Rose just said, we're going to have some snacks and refreshments.
Now let's record a little bit. Make a little bit of
I always wonder where all this is.
some of the early proceedings.
Group leaders and the group staff and the students' families. And it's probably more clear here how hard that work has been than it would be at any other school you could graduate from. And for Elazer to get here today, he had to accomplish a lot academically, but he also had to accomplish a lot personally. And so we're very happy to have so many people here. Turns out it's a beautiful day for February, so it's a nice day for graduation. So I'm going to start off with Elazer. Maybe if you could stand up and introduce all your guests that came here today.
This is my sister Lisa, orphan Gary, my uncle, my grandmother, my sister, my mom, my dad, and my friend John and Julie, and my friend Oliver.
And at this point, I'm going to ask Mr. Yates to come up and he could introduce introduce, actually, is Reverend Tyler? Maybe I could, before Mr. Yates, I'm sorry, if we start with an invocation. If our speaker could quickly, can you do an invocation for us? Okay, maybe if everyone would please rise. And Mrs. Williams has prepared a musical presentation for us. So when Elazer came here, he had a lot of problems. Is that right, Elazer? And these problems cause a lot of suffering for the people around you. Is that right, Elazer's family? Yeah. and today's a day where we can look and we can see, Elazer, you're still going to have a lot of problems. Okay? But one thing that you've gotten since you've been at the Discovery School is you also have a lot of solutions too. You have a lot of things that you've worked on here and learned how to do here to help you face the problems that you're going to face every day, and maybe even every hour of the day for your life. That's how it's going to be. And I think we could talk to anybody that spends any significant time here, and they could tell you a problem that you still have today. But we could also probably talk to anybody that spent time here, and they could tell us something they've seen that you've grown with. That's a really good place for you to be, because that tells me that if you listen to other people, you can get help. Okay, with whatever you're stuck with. I've seen in the last couple of months that you've made some really mature decisions. And I've heard and seen that you've made some bad ones. Okay? But the mature ones are the ones that we're here to celebrate today, because you've made so much progress. You've had to work really hard in school. A lot of people they get into school, they don't want to do the work. And they don't want to listen to their teachers, and they don't want to put the effort that they need to in, and they expect to just get something. And you're not in that frame of mind anymore. You don't expect to just get something. You understand that you have to earn it. And you know that you can't just get things from your family, that you have to be a responsible family member. You couldn't just get things from the group. You have to be a responsible group member. Listening, taking responsibility. And something that I know that Mr. Outland had written down in that sheet is asking yourself, what is the solution? Okay. Learning to take that time to maybe relax and take a deep breath and think through things. You find out that most of the stuff that you're feeling or experiencing is the stuff you should be, and stuff that other people would feel and experience in the same circumstances that you're in. And the thing you need to do is figure out what's the solution here. And listen to others. You made great progress in school, and Elazer's got big plans for school in the future. So his education hasn't stopped here. He's planning on moving on. Okay? And so your job now is going to be to take the support that you have and take the tools that you have and the solutions that you've learned here at the Discovery School and bring them with you. You've got lots of help from your group and from group leaders and supervisors and everybody, and especially in school, your teachers who've been really patient with you, because they've known that you've had the capability to do the work. And that's pretty much what I want to say. All right? So you've got to relax. You've got a big moment coming up here, and you're going to be fine with it, talking in front of everybody. But first, you have to come up and receive your diploma.